What does he become? What's his name? Yaduba. Thank you. Yaduba. And his wife becomes Vishaka. And his wife, Vishaka, is now the temple president of Bhaktivedanta Manor, just outside London. Right, so John Greaser on assignment for Asia magazine. John went out every day to shoot the kirtan procession. And as he did, he felt himself becoming caught up in something much greater than a mere photo assignment. The people of Surat, who considered themselves Krishna Bhaktas at heart, saw Prabhupada as a great saint, and they saw his disciples, in whom they found the true Vaishnava qualities, as saints also. The devotees' dress, behavior, and way of life showed pure bhakti yoga, and their kirtan was genuine worship of the holy name. By honoring the Lord's devotees, the people of Surat knew they were honoring Lord Krishna himself. Devotion to Krishna was the heart of their own culture, yet they had never expressed it to such a degree as now. After several days of kirtan processions, the mayor of Surat, Mr. Vaikunta Shastri, closed all schools and proclaimed a holiday throughout the city. Everyone was now free to celebrate the mercy of Lord Caitanya and chant Hare Krishna. Signs throughout the city read in Gujarati, "Welcome to the American and European devotees of Krishna," and "Welcome to members of the Hare Krishna movement." The devotees felt tired and blissful as they returned to Mr. Jariwala's home, and Prabhupada was waiting for them. As soon as they saw him, they all bowed down. Chid Ananda. Prabhupada was at the foot of the stairs greeting us. We were in complete bliss, with flower garlands all over us, big smiles on our faces. We were very happy that we had been so well received. It was as if Prabhupada was standing there saying, "Just see how wonderful this Krishna consciousness is. Just see how happy you are." He was standing there smiling. He was so happy that we were happy. The devotees were not alone, however, as they returned to Mr. Jariwala's home. For hundreds of Indians thronged behind them, eager to see Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, his disciples, and a clamoring crowd of Surat devotees squeezed tightly into Prabhupada's room. The guests who got in, those who got in, inquired about ISKCON and its activities, while those outside pushed to get inside. The crowd around the house grew so great that the traffic couldn't pass. While Prabhupada continued to answer questions inside, the crowd outside grew larger and more restless. By their good fortune, they had realized Prabhupada's greatness, and they wanted to be with him. As their desire became stronger, their eagerness more intense, Prabhupada got up from his seat and walked out to the balcony. The crowd roared, "Hare Krishna!" Their arms upraised. What did they roar?
Hare Krishna!
Oh, you mean what? Hare Krishna! Yeah, like that. Something like that. Okay. When Prabhupada returned inside, the crowd remained unsatisfied. And he asked some of his disciples to try and pacify them. Several devotees went out to the people answering their questions and telling them Prabhupada would come out to see them again. Excuse me. Bhagubai Jariwala had come in touch with Prabhupada's movement several years before in San Francisco, when he had donated a silver murti of Krishna to the San Francisco temple. Now, the Jariwala family, to accommodate their guests, had moved into modest quarters on the roof of their home and offered the rest of the house to Prabhupada and his disciples. Hospitable hosts, they made the devotees feel welcome to stay forever. At lunch, and again in the evening, Prabhupada would take prasadam with the devotees and guests. The devotees sitting in rows on the floor, and Prabhupada sitting at the head in a chair at a table. Mr. Jariwala and his family would serve everyone. Often respectable citizens would also attend the lunches. Mr. Chandra Desai, the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Vaikunta Shastri, Surat's Mayor, the State Education Minister, and others attended. The prasadam was the finest Gujarati cooking. And you know what? Good Gujarati cooking is really hard to beat. It's really hard. Okay, anyway. Finest Gujarati cooking. And when a dish was particularly to Prabhupada's liking, he would ask one of his women disciples to learn from Mrs. Jariwala how to cook it. Honoring prasadam twice a day with Prabhupada was another intimacy the devotees shared with their spiritual master in India. Had they been with him in any other part of the world, such intimacy would probably have been impossible. Beginning at 4:30 a.m., Prabhupada would hold kirtan and arti before Radha and Krishna and lecture from Srimad Bhagavatam. His room would be filled with guests, including the members of the Jariwala family. Although at outside engagements Prabhupada usually spoke Hindi, in these morning meetings he always spoke English for his disciples. He continued lecturing on Ajamil, focusing on Ajamil's degradation due to bad association and on his deliverance by chanting of the holy name. To Srila Prabhupada's disciples, who were all aspiring to chant Hare Krishna purely and go back to Godhead, these topics were urgently relevant. So who here in this room, who devotees is Who is aspiring to chant Hare Krishna purely and go back to Godhead? Anyone? I am. Okay. Right. So he was speaking. So these topics were urgently relevant to foreign devotees. So he was speaking of them. Prabhupada, anyone who utters the name of Krishna is immediately freed from all sinful activities. That is the power of Krishna's name. The difficulty is that after being freed, we again commit mistakes. Krishna's name has got the power. As soon as you utter the name, you immediately become freed from all contaminations. But if one thinks, I am chanting Hare Krishna, so even if I commit sinful activities, it will be counteracted by my chanting. So if one thinks like that, that is the greatest offense. Just like sometimes in Christian churches they go on Sundays and confess, and they're supposed to be excused from sinful reaction. But again, after coming back from the church, they commit the same sin with the expectation that next week when I go to the church, I shall confess and it will be counteracted. This kind of understanding, this is Prabhupada speaking, of course, this kind of understanding is prohibited. If you accept spiritual life and at the same time go on committing sinful activities, then you'll never be able to progress. Yes, right. There is one devotee in Italy. You know, Italy is the most Roman Catholic country in the world. It's the most. Yeah, so in Catholicism, not to my knowledge, in other branches of Christianity, but definitely in Catholicism, the people, the Catholics, are meant to come, I think usually every week, something like that, and confess their sins. And the minister, is meant to hear it, but there's a screen so he can't see who is this person who's confessing to whatever, all sorts of really out of it things. So then he listens, and then he's meant to accept the confession and sort of effectively excuse what was being confessed about. So this one devotee, Italian, living in Italy, he was a minister, shall we say, in a village. Because, the villages, they all have their church. And the people come. Loads of people come. So he was the minister, and every week the people, so many people, there for hours, hearing these confessions and forgiving them, sort of thing. And he noticed that the same voices were coming every week, confessing about doing the same things as the week before and the week before and many weeks before, because he was there for years. So, and of course, it's a small village. So he got to know everyone. He knew literally every person in the village. And he knew their voices. So when they came to the church on Sunday to confess, he always knew, this is Mr. such and such. This is Mrs. such and such. And this is going on for years, like I'm not exactly sure, but at least 10 years, and maybe more. And in the end, he understood, this is not working. This is just not working. All these people are coming and confessing. Like 100 or 150, the population of the village. They're all coming every week and confessing the same things. And so, this is a failure. And the devotees came by on traveling Sankirtan one time, and because the priest, was feeling really frustrated. I'm just wasting my time. So the devotees came and he listened to them, and he became a devotee. And he is a devotee. Yeah. So, yeah, it's an interesting point. It's an interesting point. And one devotee in Italy wrote in the book distribution conference, a few months ago, not very long, maybe 3 or 4 months or something, that he was distributing books door to door. And he came to a church, and I think a Catholic church, and he went in, and there was just like a cleaner there, cleaning. And the devotee asked, where's the priest? And she said, he's down in the, some place they had downstairs. So the devotee went down there. As he just sort of entered this room or this area, he saw the priest, and the priest saw him. And the priest looked up, and he's like shocked. And the priest was reading a book. And he quickly put the book away, closed the drawer, and he's sitting there like, life is normal. Everything is fine. I am the priest. Haribol. So the devotee went to him and just started discussing with him. And he noticed this priest he's actually very interested. Then he noticed this priest is really interested. But not only that, this priest knows a whole lot about the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. So, the devotee put some books on the table, and the priest opened the drawer and pulled out his Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. True story. I see. Okay, let's just have a look here. Okay. I think let's just finish on that note. It was a good note, a nice note to finish on. And we'll continue when we continue. How's that for precision? Yes. To the second. We'll continue when we continue. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.